스카이 스포츠에서 프리미어리그 전반기 베스트 11을 뽑게 되었는데요. 골키퍼에는 비카리오, 오른쪽 윙백 리버풀의 아놀드, 센터백에 리버풀 반다이크, 아스날의 살리바, 왼쪽 윙백에 토트넘의 우도기, 미드필더에 리버풀 소보슬라이, 아스날의 라이스, 아스톤빌라 더글라스 루이스, 3톱에 리버풀 살라, 맨시티 혼란, 그리고 토트넘 캡틴 손흥민. 네, 이렇게 베스트 11이 선정되었습니다. 근데 이 베스트 11 선정에 관해서 한가닥했던 패널들이 나와서 각자 의견들을 전하는데요. 매우 흥미롭습니다. 함께 시청해 보시죠.
Right. Time now to get a little bit of agreement. So let's run through the goalkeepers first of all. Let's get this position sorted. Merce, someone pointed out to me on Instagram, so I just had a little picture of my work today before I headed in, and pointed out you put a lot of Spurs players.
Four Spurs players.
Four players from Spurs. Vicario's one of them. Clinton, you've gone Vicario in goal. So too Sue. So too Dawes. Tim, you're the only one who hasn't. You've gone for Martinez. Why him and not Vicario for you?
I look for, as a manager, if you're sitting there on the touchline, I think Vicario's been great, I really do. But I just think Martinez, with the experience, the World Cup win, just a real presence, real leader. I just think he's a player who takes responsibility. If you tell him to play out and he believes it's not right to do so, he's not doing it because the manager says it. He's taking decisions on his own on the pitch, which is really refreshing for me. I really like that. I think he kicks it when it needs to be kicked. I think he gives his defence a real talking to. And for me, he just leads by example. I think he's top drawer.
No old team favouritism from you, Dawes, in terms of Vicario, just simply been for you outstanding this season.
Yeah, I just think he's been magnificent since he came through the door at Spurs. Probably a little bit surprised that he's hit the ground running as quickly as he has. Certainly a surprise for me. How was he going to settle in? How was he going to be? The style of play that Ange Postecoglou has him playing. And he does. Plays very short, but the saves he's made, and he's a sweeper keeper, as you can say. So for me, he's been absolutely magnificent. That's why he's in the team for me.
He's in the team, and I'm going to decide that given that Tim is the only one not to go with Vicario, we will go for Vicario in goal. So, as I mentioned, in terms of the four on the back, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Oh, love it. Sherwood throwing his toys out the pram, but all in a fun and Boxing Day kind of way. Yeah, not for the first time. Absolutely. Trent Alexander-Arnold in at right back, Destiny and Doggy of Tottenham Hotspur in at left back. But we need the centre-backs. Merce, I'm going to come to you on this because a lot want Mickey van der Ven of Tottenham, another Tottenham player in there. In terms of your centre-backs, who are you pushing for to make up that pairing?
I would have gone in, but I don't think he's played a lot of the football. I think he played the start of the season, 4 or 5 games. He hasn't played since, but if he was fit, he would have been in mine. But I've gone for Romario, and I've gone for Saliba, who's been absolutely amazing. And I think the Tottenham centre-half, as I say, I think he's outstanding as well. I think he's a leader. He leads by example. I know he's a bit rash sometimes, but I'd rather not be marked against him, if I'm being honest. He's one of them players, if I was a centre-forward, I'd think, nah, I wouldn't want to play against him.
I think Tim just likes being different to everyone because he's gone for Van der Ven, but he's gone for Branthwaite in there. Clinton, in terms of your centre-back pairing, Van der Ven is definitely in for you, and you've gone for Saliba alongside him.
I didn't say Van der Ven. I must have wrote it right. It's not Van der Ven. I would have picked Van der Ven if he was
I've got VVD here.
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. So I went Virgil van Dijk, not VVD. So
listen, don't go any more.
VVD is Virgil van Dijk, right or wrong?
Correct.
Van der Ven is something different, so I got it right. But yeah, I went Van Dijk and Saliba. I think them two, for me, are the best. And listen, Van der Ven probably would have been in there if he didn't pick up that injury. But yeah, them two, I think Van Dijk's getting back to his best. And as we said about Saliba,
he's been outstanding this season, hasn't he?
So that's me.
OK, so let's have a look at our centre-back pairing because I think we are agreed that it is Virgil van Dijk who is going to be alongside Saliba. Into midfield we go, as we said, all of our pundits agreeing that the Declan Rice is definitely in that midfield. But, Sue Smith, who do you want to see alongside him and why?
I've gone McGinn and I've also gone Silva because I just think he's just been brilliant.
Minds think alike.
Have you got the same?
Yeah, exactly the same.
Yeah, a bit of tenacity in there, a bit of quality, a bit of everything.
We're thinking.
Yeah, we are.
But I think the positions as well.
That's what I was trying to.
I think Dawes had I think he had Salah playing there, didn't he?
Oh, no, I had Douglas Luiz and Szoboszlai.
You should have seen it. He even told me.
He didn't.
He had Salah in goal.
Leave Dawes' team. He's coming good.
Leave my team. Look, I've even got Prep here. Don't you?
Right, talk us through your midfield then, Dawes. Come on.
Well, yeah, Merce was a little bit moved off the straight. Yeah, I would have put Bowen in there. He's not made my team, long story, but there we go. Szoboszlai, Douglas Luiz, and for me, one of the signs of the summer, Declan Rice.
Yeah.
I think he's been magnificent. I'm not sure if he's in everyone else's team. Declan Rice holding and Szoboszlai and Douglas Luiz. I mean, I think he's gone under the radar a little bit at Aston Villa. What Villa have been doing. I think he takes every free kick, his creativity. He's in my fantasy team, so he's got me lots of points. You look outside the box, and he just has brought something else to the team. He defends balls and goals, he creates. So that's my three in midfield.
You don't need to play him and Rice in midfield.
Why?
Not really. You got Rice holding. Do you know what I mean?
Douglas Luiz hasn't been holding. He's been getting
but he ain't going to give you more than Silva, is he? And McGinn goes.
I said we could go to 4.
Or Szoboszlai. I should have gone.
I picked Szoboszlai and Douglas Luiz. So that, and I think Tim's picked Douglas Luiz. So that means Douglas Luiz is in.
Him and Rice.
So that,
how many goals, Douglas?
That Bernardo
I like
Silva
Douglas
and John
Luiz. I think
McGinn,
he's really
that
good.
doesn't come into
How
the
many
equation.
goals? He's got a few.
Tim, who did you pick?
Douglas Luiz.
Oh, so Douglas Luiz is in, because that's 3 against 2.
And you put Kulusevski in there as well.
I think Kulusevski's been outstanding this year. I think last season he had a sabbatical. I think he's back on it. I think he's got a load of ability. He can play
in the front three, though.
No, he can play on the central.
Today he can, Today he can. Yeah.
Watch, when he comes back, Maddison, you watch him play either side. It'll be Basuma, it'll be Kulusevski.
And watch where
and then, because Richarlison's scoring now, Son can play off the left. And
you don't think that's continuing for long, do you?
Come on, will you tell us who is your final 3? So you get the cast team. Come on, from everything you guys.
Yeah.
She's picked. Wait, hold on, Sam.
I make the rules.
How it works.
No.
John McGinn, Bernardo Silva, John McGinn.
So, based on everything, what are you as a team going for?
Declan Rice, I think we all agree on that, don't we? I'm going to go with mine and Mercy.
Yeah.
How have me...
balance.
Hold on.
Balance.
This is why these games have to be done properly. How can me...
You can only play this game if you've got a hat-trick.
Hold on, let me speak. Can I speak? Because you're talking over me. How can me, Tim and Dawes, 3 people pick Douglas Luiz and he not make it, and 2 people pick Bernardo Silva and John McGinn and they make it?
It tells you everything.
Does that make sense? Let's go up front then, come on.
Yeah, come on. Let's move things up front.
We're asking Clinton.
Let's go up front. Let's go up front.
He's gone into one. Who are your front 3? We know about Salah. Who's alongside him, Tim? For you?
He can't remember.
Sonny. I think Sonny's in there.
Yeah.
I think he has to be. The goals he scored this season, I think he's without question. He gets in anyone's team. Anyone in the world, he gets in their team. You can't drop him off now.
Exactly.
Otherwise,
Yeah, you're right. He's in mine. You're right.
You've gone, Dawes, for Salah, who's already in, Haaland and Son as well.
Yeah, I mean, Son's been magnificent. Haaland, Man City need him. Yeah. They do. Obviously, they've got Alvarez, who comes in when he's not playing. But the proof's in the pudding. The goals he got last season, he's got 14 goals already, 4 assists. He's a missed man when he doesn't play for Manchester City. That's in the Premier League. So Salah speaks for himself. Magnificent player. They're my front 3.
Saka's unlucky, isn't he?
Oh, I've got to touch on Jared Bowen. If I was allowed to play 3
He's
at the
not
back...
made none of you.
No, Jared Bowen, because I got a call off the producer saying you can't play 3 at the back with Trent. I went all out of tap. Forget this defensive lark anymore.
Yeah,
let's play all out of tap. Jared Bowen. Yeah. Jared Bowen.
And no one went Anthony Gordon, no Kieran Trippier, looking at other positions as well?
Not at the moment.
No, I think Kieran would arguably till a few weeks ago.
Was one of them, wasn't he? He was a PFA vote, wasn't he?
Oh.
Trippier was a PFA vote. If we'd have picked this a month before, he was definitely in.
And Gordon.
Definitely in. And Gordon, but it's timing.
And Joe Linton.
It's like Eddie Howe would have been our manager.
And you'd have Solanke in there.
I had Solanke, but I did pick this before the last game. I think he's been outstanding. I think he went to Liverpool a bit early, didn't perform, got behind the 8 ball, Bournemouth, and I think he's been outstanding. I think he's a threat, and I wouldn't be surprised if he carries on doing what he's doing, he gets the move.
Probably knowing Simon, you're going to go with what Sue's picked up.
No.
Who did you pick up, front, Sue?
I went for Ollie Watkins.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I did go Son and Salah.
Clinton is about to erupt.
You think who's your centre forward?
Because we need to move things on. The 3 o'clock kickoffs are finally coming. They're on their way. This is the final team that we have gone for. So there we go.
Oh, yes, Douglas Luiz and...
So it's Vicario in goal, a back four of Alexander
I asked me to
Arnold,
play these
Virgil
games.
van Dijk.
Hey, Clint, that's my whole team there.
That's my whole team.
Unlucky Merce.
Unlucky.
I tell you what,
Szoboszlai, Rice and Douglas Luiz in midfield and a front three of Salah, Haaland
That's
and
my team.
Son.
네, 공격수에서 의견이 갈리기도 했지만 손흥민을 꼽을 때 아무도 이견을 달지 못하는 거 보이죠? 손흥민보다 골도 더 많이 넣은 선수, 득점수가 같은 선수, 손흥민 팀보다 더 순위가 높은 팀에서 좋은 활약을 한 선수가 있어도 손흥민의 한 자리를 뺏을 수 없었습니다. 거기다 정말 이상한 건 영국 스포츠 최대 방송사인 스카이 스포츠가 토트넘 채널도 아닌데 방송이 토트넘 중심으로 진행되는 듯한 느낌 없으신가요? 11명 중 토트넘에서 3명이 공식적으로 선정된 것도 물론이지만 로메로, 반더벤의 이름도 거론이 되고 메디슨, 쿨루셉스키도 이름이 거론되고 토트넘 베스트 11이 뭐 거의 다 거론이 될 정도였습니다. 실제로 포로는 토트넘에서 전반기 가장 좋은 평가를 받은 선수였는데 아놀드와 바꿨어도 뭐 큰 충돌은 없지 않았을까요? 네, 확실히 전반기에 토트넘이 큰 일은 한 게 맞나 봅니다. 11월에 토트넘이 추락할 기미를 보이면서 여전하구나를 느낄 뻔했지만 지금 상황에선 그러진 않을 것 같죠? 지난 시즌 18라운드까지 토트넘은 5위였고 점점 추락을 했습니다. 그러나 지금은 4위이고 20라운드까지 리그 1위와 승점 차가 뭐 크지 않아서 계속 경쟁 가능하고 최대 순위 아예 말을 말자. 아무튼 결론은 토트넘 전반기는 대성공인 걸로. 이상 흰수염고래였습니다. 감사합니다.